Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to look at topic 3, which is multiplying polynomials. You guys may remember and have been introduced to an idea called FOIL. Now FOIL is used to multiply binomials, and essentially it's just a distributive property. Now what FOIL stands for is first, outer, inner, and last. So FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. Now what that refers to is multiplying within these binomials. So when it talks about first, we've got two binomials here. First term in each of those is the 2x and the x. So we take and we multiply those. So 2x times x would give you 2x squared. Now the outer are the far ends of these binomials. So that's the 2x and the 5. And we're multiplying again, so 2x times 5 is 10x. The inner refers to the two inside terms, which is the 3 and the x. So multiplying those gives you the 3x. And then the last would be the last two terms in these binomials, which would be the 3 and the 5. Multiplying those gives you 15. And now we look at this, we try and see if we have any like terms, which we do. These two like terms here. So we combine those, you get 2x squared plus 13x plus 15, and that would be your final answer. Alright, now what I'd like you guys to do is to pause the video, take just a couple seconds, and try problem B using that FOIL method. Okay, we'll come back together. Hopefully you guys had a second to work that out. So when we've got these two binomials, we're going to use this FOIL idea. So we go first, 2y times 3y, that gives you a 6y squared. The outer is the 2y times 5, which gives you 10y. Inner is negative 7 times 3y. Now watch your sign here, so negative times positive is a negative, so negative 21y. And then negative 7 times a positive 5, again paying attention to signs, gives you a negative 35. Now we analyze, look for like terms, and we do have like terms, so combining those together, I've got 6y squared, this gives me a negative 11y, and my 9 minus 35 goes on the end, and there's your final answer. Now FOIL works using the distributive property. If we take this problem for example, what we're really doing is we're taking 2y and we're distributing it through 3y plus 5. And then we take our negative 7 and we're distributing it through 3y plus 5. And that is the way that FOIL works. It's just a building of that distributive property. Okay, now let's see where we may actually be able to apply this. Okay, so we've got a word problem here. Word problem says you're building a pool which is 15 feet by 20 feet. The deck is x feet on each end and side. Write the expression for the area of the pool and deck area. Now a great way to start these story problems is to draw yourself a picture. So here I've got my pool. And my pool is going to be 15 by 20. Then I have a deck area around this pool, so it looks like this. Now, this does not represent x and x. What represents x is this distance here, this distance here, this distance here, and this distance here, meaning that way. And now we want to find the area. Well, the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. So this would be considered your length. This would be considered your width. Okay, so for the length, we've got to add this plus this plus this. Well, that's x plus 20 plus x, or 2x plus 20. The width is going to be x plus 15 plus x, which is 2x plus 15. And now we have our length and our width. Now to find area, we take those two and we multiply them together. So you take your 2x plus 15, your 2x plus 20, so width, length, and multiply. And this is again using FOIL. So first times first is 4x squared. Outer would be 2x times 20, which is 40x. Inner is 15 times 2x, or 30x. And then last is 15 times 20, which is 300. Now combining like terms gives you a 4x squared plus 70x plus 300, and that is the expression for the area of your pool. All right, so hopefully you can kind of see how that applies. Now the final example for this topic is this one here. And this is multiplying two polynomials. Okay, and in this case they are two trinomials. Now for the trinomials, we're going to use the same FOIL idea, but it's not necessarily going to be called FOIL. Okay, but we're going to use the distributive property. So I'm going to take my 2y and I'm going to multiply or distribute to that entire second trinomial. Okay, so multiplying there, 2y squared times 3y squared is 6y to the fourth, adding your exponents. 2y squared times a negative 5y gives you a negative 10y cubed. And then 2y squared times 2 is a positive 4y squared. So there's my first distributive step. The second one is take this 3y and send it through. So 3y times 3y squared.
Coach Bospeter, Coach Mulaney, Coach Mitchell, Brock Mitchell, and
then you take the 3y times the negative 5y, gives you a negative 15y squared. Pardon me, that's a cube. And then you have 3y times 2, so that's a plus 6y. And then finally we take our negative 1 and you send the negative 1 through. So negative 1 through each of those. You get a negative 3y squared. The negative times a negative is a positive, so positive 5y. And a negative times a positive would be a negative 2. And then combine all of this together, looking for like terms. You've got a 6y to the fourth. That's gone. You have a negative 10y cubed plus 9y cubed, and those are all your cubes. So combining those gives you a negative 1y cubed, or just negative y cubed. I've got a 4y squared minus 15y squared minus 3y squared. So 4 minus 15 is negative 11. Negative 11 minus 3 is a negative 14y squared. Now our squareds are gone. You've got a 6y plus a 5y. That gives you a positive 11y. And then finally your minus 2 goes on the end. And there is your resulting polynomial. Okay, hopefully this clears up a few things. If you have any questions, contact me using the teacher chat icon. And good luck with your assignment.